I told you I'd do a part 2 to this, and I'm doing it this afternoon. I'm already invested in this game, so let's just do it again. While I try playing for as long as I can. Okay, so now we have to leave Stardust and go back to Hayden's place. So let's do that.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo SF Police Department as part of an ongoing investigation. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location.
Oh, well, you suck.
That will not be possible, citizen. The area must be preserved in pristine condition for the collection of evidence. Only authorized Neo SFPD personnel may enter. I am required by law to inform you that I am set at level 2 guard mode, and any effort to make unauthorized entry will be met with non-lethal force sufficient to incapacitate.
Okay.
I'm sorry, citizen, but I cannot give comment on any currently ongoing investigations. If you would like to leave your contact information with me, I can forward your inquiry to the detective in charge, who will get in touch with you as soon as it is feasible.
Feasible.
They may have questions for you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation, citizen.
I'm not a citizen.
I apologize, but I must ask you to move along. Loitering around an active investigation area is prohibited by city statute, and I am authorized to issue the citation of a fine to any persons found to be doing so.
We should go ahead and get moving. Oh, drat. I did not expect the police to get involved so quickly. The situation is already growing out of our control.
It is.
I suppose we don't have to hide the fact of Hayden being missing anymore, but we do have to move faster. Do you have any ideas on how to get in there and grab that data cache?
How am I supposed to know?
Who would that be?
I don't know, I'm just lying on my ass.
I found no such connection when I compiled your personal history.
Hey, don't go snooping in my background.
Give me a moment. Oh, I see now.
Oh, now you see. Ha.
Detective Lexi Rivers. She used to date your sister.
Wow.
I must have missed that link in your history somehow. You have a very poor net presence.
Thank you.
It makes anticipating your needs more difficult.
Okay.
Well, setting aside your unreasonable distaste for technology, I agree with your suggestion. Her online profile suggests that she might be willing to work with us off the books, so to speak. A considerable boon, since I would prefer to maintain the clandestine nature of this investigation for now.
Okay.
Let us go and find Miss Rivers to request assistance.
Yes, let's.
Oh, right. Should I refresh my protocols for handling titles around Detective Rivers?
Yes.
I don't even have any teeth.
Yes, you do.
I mean, done and done. We wouldn't want any social faux pas, would we? Now lead the way.
That's what you do. Police station added to the city map. Alright. The Neo San Francisco Police Station for the Richmond District. It has all the charm of, well, any other old police department. The station has been... The station has seen better days. The wall feels fragile. Maybe someone punched or kicked these dents in. It's a map showing police activity in Neo San Francisco. The map has enough fingerprints as it is. Oops, wait. Going too fast. The screen doesn't have a speech recognition module. ED-64 police unit attends the front desk. Maybe touching the front desk attendant isn't a good idea. Probably not. desk has a ton of paperwork on it. You technically already have a desk job. Work is really piling up over there. Whose unfortunate job is it to organize all that?
Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Richmond District Police Station, citizen.
Cass.
How may I be of assistance today? Please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
That was really quick.
Unfortunately, Detective Rivers is out on assignment at the moment, but she has given me her authorization to send you her way. You can find her by the Carousel Building in Golden Gate Park, but I will caution you to exert care.
Yay!
She is working an investigation right now, and we are not responsible for your safety should you approach. Is there anything else I can help you with? I apologize, citizen, but I am not authorized to comment on ongoing investigations. I will pass your concerns on to the detective in charge. Is there anything else? I am not authorized to comment on any ongoing investigations, but the protests outside Genus are a hot human interest topic. Perhaps you could look around there.
Perhaps.
Feel free to note the assistance of the Neo San Francisco Police Department in your article.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Have a good day, citizen.
Cass. Okay. I don't want to go home. It's gonna be so cute. Okay. Oh wow. Is that a skateboarding robot? That is cool.
Eucalyptus globulus, the Tasmanian blue gum.
Thank you. See, you do have teeth.
It's one of my favorite trees. The clean lines of the leaves and mottled patterns of the bark are interesting.
Sure they are.
Quite fun to paint, and it's a rather useful tree too. The oil in its leaves can be used as a medical antiseptic or analgesic, boiled into tea, or used as flavoring in foods.
Nice to know.
Even used as a fragrance for soaps.
Wow.
Many of the trees in this park are excellent specimens of the species. It's one of the only topics I've permanently committed to my personal memory.
Really? Just plants?
Ah, yes. I don't actually store most information on my local memory. It's actually rather limited, and I have to be a bit choosy about what I keep. So most of the information I utilize, I just pull off the mesh net when needed. It's
Cheating.
like relearning things over and over again. I'm sure you would find it tedious, but I enjoy making sure my reference tables are up to date in my spare clock cycles. I mostly store things locally if they are of some critical importance to me, like information pertaining to personal memories or knowledge that would be helpful if I found myself disconnected from the net. Well, as I said, I keep things pertaining to my personal memory. It may seem insignificant, but without the information about Eucalyptus globulus, I'd lack critical details about my painting history and the local area, both of which I find important to my emotional development. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to know what's important and what isn't, but I fear losing parts of myself. So, Eucalyptus globulus stays.
Okay. If you want to. You're cute.
Of course I'm cute. The basic ROM form factor is designed to place us firmly outside of the uncanny valley.
Uncanny. You're cute. 'Cause I'm a flea.
I can't imagine adoption rates for the technology would have been very high otherwise. Oh, I do. However, I originally started by painting landscapes. My interest in the arts began through Bob Ross's work, and he focused on
Bob
landscapes.
Ross! Oh my god, really?
It wasn't until recently that I moved on to other forms of composition.
Bring Bob Bob Ross into here?
Yes, have you heard of him?
Kind of.
During my initial stages of mental growth, Hayden limited my media access to mostly only educational programs. I had almost a century of public access television to review, and I stumbled upon Mr. Ross's excellent show, The Joy of Painting.
I can't. The joy of painting.
He used an
Can't believe it's in this
easy-to-learn
game.
wet-on-wet oil painting technique, and
Hello,
I
person
started
watching.
to paint along with the episodes.
You won't see my face here, just my voice. Listen to my soothing voice.
I also find his philosophical views compelling. He often used anecdotal stories from his life to illustrate his opinions. I respect the man quite deeply. I've committed all 403 episodes of the series to my personal memory.
A lot of fucking episodes. Thank you for the information.
Of course,
Darren.
enough about the happy little trees.
Yes, enough.
You'll have to excuse me for chattering on like that. We'll have plenty of time to discuss things once we found Hayden.
Okay.
Originally built by the Herschel Spillman Company in 1914, this carousel is still one of the outstanding attractions near the children's playground. I don't think we have time to ride it, even though
Aw.
it looks fun.
That's too bad. Set personality modifier to Killjoy, Captain. This is a public park ROM. It roams its designated area to offer water, and directions to tourists. It also takes donations.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water?
Sure.
Sure thing. Please wait.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Water.
Water levels, okay. Would you care to donate some credits to the...
Raw recycling for a greener Earth Foundation.
Do we have enough? Sure, I suppose.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83.
Okay. No, thank you.
All right, please...
You have a nice day too. Looks like he's taking a photo of his ROM. This isn't a park ROM, it's mine. Hey, could you take a photo of me and my adorable precious ROM? Thanks!
Do you think I'd look nice in that hat?
Aren't you a boy? But, you know, I'll be nice.
I'd really love that. Maybe it would look better in orange, or a green, perhaps a mauve.
No. I'm having a lot of mixed feelings about this whole wearing a hat on a breezy day thing. A small snack stand in the middle of the park. The coffee there is actually really great. Why spend credits on great yet expensive coffee when there's a park ROM giving out free water? I'm not even going to pronounce that. You try calling to some birds, but they just fly away. Bye-bye, birdie. Okay. A broken, beat-up Froyo stand. It was in the newspaper. You read okay today, right? No. The Froyo stand wasn't activated by voice. You can't get Froyo today. The entire stand was destroyed. A very distraught owner of a very destroyed Froyo stand.
Can't you see I'm busy here?
No. This pump controls the flow of water to the park ROM. It's currently on and pumping straw.
If you want water, I'm sure that public park ROM we saw on our way in can help.
Yeah, that's true. One of the NSFPD's finest ROMs on assignment in the park. You chatter of the Neo SFPD police stream fills your ears. Is this even legal? Probably not. That's Detective Lexi Rivers. You met her through your sister a while back, but you haven't seen her in some time until today. It's probably not a good idea to push Lexi around.
Hey there. Long time.
For sure.
Give me a few minutes to wrap this up, okay? I swear you wouldn't believe the amount of paperwork I have to file over a damn wrecked Froyo stand.
Sure.
By the way, how's your sister doing? I don't know if you've heard, but we got some phantom robot on the loose that everyone is calling Wonder Boy. Supposed to be a hero of the people or something, but I have no idea what smashing a Froyo stand has to do with it. I guess it's just a bunch of kids screwing around at night and getting a thrill out of some light vandalism. But the brass said to take it seriously, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not like I have real cases I could be working on or actual criminals to be hunting down or anything. If I had known that this is all they would give me, I never would have transferred. I transferred because the credits were good. I thought being in a bigger city would mean I'd get to work some bigger cases.
But you aren't.
Instead, I'm stuck chasing ghosts and dead ends.
Aww.
Let's see. I'm too young for full detective. I'm too big of a hothead. I've got a history. I have augments. Take your pick. So yeah, I have plenty of spare time to help you with whatever you got.
Thank you.
It's gotta be better than dealing with this crap. Hold on one sec. Let me steal a break from this guy.
Okay.
So, fill me in. What's going on? Oh, shoot, that's no good.
No, it's not.
How long have they been gone? I'll have a hard time getting a focused effort on the case immediately unless there's evidence of foul play.
Unfortunately, Detective, things are precisely that serious. I am Hayden's personal ROM, and I was witness to the kidnapping. I can assure you Hayden was taken by force, and that time is of the essence. Just prior to the incident, he instructed me to seek help should anything bad happen. I now believe he has been expecting trouble of this magnitude.
I know, please.
We need your help if we're going to track him down.
Yes.
Damn. All right then, I'll do what I can to open up an investigation.
Thank you.
I can't guarantee I'll be put on the case, conflict of interest and all, but I can sure keep tabs on things for you.
Thank you.
Yes, Hayden is a senior researcher at Parallax, and I know he was working on some very high-profile projects for the company. It's quite likely that he was taken by somebody with enough money and influence to ensure anything official goes nowhere.
Burpity burp burp.
You yourself have already cast doubt on your superior's judgment. Unfortunately, we share the sentiment. In fact, we know there is already some kind of currently ongoing investigation. We were stopped from entering Hayden's apartment by an NSFPD ROM. That's why we came to you. We were hoping you would be empathetic to our cause.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most ROMs. I guess it makes sense that Parallax employees get the shiniest new toys, huh? I'll see what's going on in the department. I don't know what I can do if someone inside actually is dirty, but I can pass information to you if I decide my superiors aren't taking things seriously.
Thank you.
They wouldn't have left only one bot by the door if it was something important enough to squash. Hopefully it's unrelated. I'll get back to you on it soon. Just relax and we'll figure this out. Promise. No way, not gonna happen.
Aw.
If there's already an investigation, I'm not gonna let you just waltz in and tamper with evidence, cover up or not. At least give me a day to make sure they're doing the job right. Don't you try to pull that guilt shit on me. I know you and I have gotten into a few scrapes in the past, but that vigilante stuff gets real old after a while. It's why I took this nice, stable job in the city.
That you hate.
If I did it sooner, I'd still be with your sister. Sure you can. All the way up until you don't. Just let it go. I lost too much playing fast and loose with this kind of situation back home. I have to handle this. No. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna do it that way. I know you think I'm just being paranoid, but the city is tense right now. With the protests and everything going on, you might be poking around in a hornet's nest. Let me do my job. I don't want you to get hurt. Get a weapon of some kind and stay safe. I still care about you. You better. I don't have a stick up my ass about regs, but I'm not gonna send an untrained civilian into this alone. Now let's split up for a bit. I still gotta finish up this Froyo thing. I'll call you about the case later, alright?
Alright.
Well, that didn't go how I'd hoped, but maybe it isn't a total loss. I have another idea on how to get us both inside the apartment.
We're not going through the window. I can't climb.
Ha ha. I'll need to get my hands on Detective Rivers' police identification badge.
Oh boy.
I can just detect its outline in the fabric of her jacket pocket. I'll need to be considerably closer to pull its near-field data. We can't risk being too obvious. I'm sure you can come up with some way for me to scan it. I have faith in you. Keep your hands to your...
Toppings everywhere. The humanity of it.
Every single time I dare put a bit of faith in you. Huh. I didn't think anyone actually bought this brand.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know who you are.
The pretzel guy. Yes. Steve!
Alright, let's see here. Run, don't walk. To run, donut walk. New menu includes the Cronut Burg and the Ridley Biscotti. Huh, even the police feed has ads these days. Sorry, no samples. Did you know that Froyo is not supposed to be made with spoiled milk? Because it's not. Ever.
Yogurt is actually made by fermenting milk with special yogurt cultures, which is then frozen to make froyo.
Good to know.
Wow, those headphones are pretty A1.
Thank you. Let's see here. You deactivate the pump, stopping the water flow.
Sales permit?
Oh, let's see here.
Hello, I'm Alfie. Oh, you already seem to have a full glass.
Some people see the glass half empty, some...
Let's see here. Maybe I should drink the water? Drink water. Okay, so let's talk to the robot again.
Hello.
Sure, I'll take some water.
Sure thing. I'll refill that right away. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water.
Oh no! Uh-oh. Is he gonna
Water
explain?
levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. I'll be right back.
Don't mind if I do. Looks like Alfie knocked Lexi's ID out of her pocket.
Perfect. That's all I needed.
Okay, so now what?
Let me keep that under my...
Hey! What the hell are you doing with my ID?
Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle.
Huh. Thanks. What hit me? You said it was a ROM?
Yes, it seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's cart?
Perhaps.
It headed off in that direction.
Guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jackpot of a case. Hey you, Froyo guy? Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the bot.
Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand.
Your stand is broken.
Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene.
Yes, ma'am.
And you two. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses clean.
Yes.
I'll be in touch.
As I was saying, let me keep it under my hat for now. I am more than just a walking search engine, you know. Dramatics aside, we should return to Hayden's apartment.
Yeah, let's do that. Hello, bot. Hayden's door. Random door. That's not Hayden's apartment. Knock. There's no response. A dog starts barking as you approach the door. Oh. A healthy green plant. A gorgeous view of some skyscrapers. There's no way to open it. It doesn't even have curtains. ROMs of the Neo SFPD talk quietly, but they carry a big stick. Or chassis, at least.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo SF.
Okay.
I apologize for the...
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence. Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation.
Thank you.
So, are you impressed yet? Have I proven my usefulness?
Cass? Not bad.
At times I feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you. I just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation. Or even just being out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times. Well, I'm not sure I'd call that seeing. The Neo SF Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antiquated enough that I'm surprised they aren't in a museum. Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lenses.
Okay, that's too scientific
I
for
also
me.
transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier. I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law. Frankly, I'm rather embarrassed for the ROM. The poor thing is older than your computer. But enough of that. Let's get the data cache and return to Tomcat.
Okay, let's do it. Oh my god.
What?
What happened?
Oh no. No. Our apartment. My home. Who could have done this? Why? What does the human revolution want with Hayden?
Who knows?
Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do.
Neither
This
do
place, these items, they're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good?
Don't think that way. You're the one
What
who
will
let
I
him
do if we
let
can't
people break
find
into
him?
his place anyways.
This was all I had left. You're right. I apologize for the emotional outburst. Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess.
Yes, let's...
We don't have time to waste on my histrionics.
Someone took the time to methodically shred the poor plant. The desk has been ransacked and tagged with spray paint. A ROM piece has been embedded in the high-res screen. Humanity has changed rapidly in the last century. Hybridization of the human genome and cybernetic augmentation has, in the human revolution's viewpoint, diluted the purity and strength of the species.
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target. I know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs. I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up.
Please do. The view is marred by graffiti and splintered glass.
I think the data cache is gone.
It is.
We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction. The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was... I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway. That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized.
Is it now?
Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could...
Oh my god, what is happening? Are you alright?
No!
What is happening to the game? The game does not autosave. I know, so please be sure to save frequently. Chapter 2. Chinatown Hospital. Chinatown. Aw, it's on the bed.
Thank goodness you're finally awake!
I don't know what happened to me.
I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized.
Wow, thanks, bro.
I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay. Someone ambushed us at the apartment.
Oh no.
After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us. It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily. Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler.
What?
If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high.
Okay.
Leaving me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense. I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Try Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for. A reasonable deduction. But if they don't yet have Hayden's research, we may still have time to rescue him before something really bad happens.
I hope so.
No, I didn't.
Damn.
They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment. My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROM's, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there.
Maybe it's a robot.
Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke.
Thank you.
Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again.
Okay, got my ID back.
Here are those headphones you reviewed.
Got the headphones.
I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published.
Well, thanks.
Oh, and here's your spoiled milk.
Do I really want the spoiled milk?
Luckily, the hospital staff didn't find your carrying of a carton of spoiled milk around to be a cause for concern. And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Looks like it got broken.
Aww.
Now all we have is this broken commemorative glass.
Okay, that was good one.
You're right. You wouldn't want to cut yourself.
No. Okay. Good.
Just let me know when you want to leave.
Well, how about getting rid of the spoiled milk?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
Who is it? Who's the man? You seem to be doing okay. You're a writer, not a doctor. Sit back down. How are things, Medicomp?
Everything is okay.
Good enough. Standard hospital curtain. Low quality fabric, tacky sterile color, and steam clean beyond recognition. Ugh, I can't fucking speak.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from behind that curtain.
Okay. Has Turin been sitting here by your side the entire time? Probably. A nice, if busy and crowded view of the town. Blocked, but you dig the warmth from the sun. The beauty of the view inspires you to hum out a little ditty. Some sort of medical device is hooked up to his chair. It seems to be running diagnosis on his status. That's dangerous. Plus, he's sitting right there. Maybe Turing is more adept at speaking computer.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Oh, damn. Okay, so let me... Oh, good lord. He's kind of ugly. Let's save. Ah. Okay, let's go talk to the ugly dude. Ugh. Patient. Seems he's your roommate.
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar.
Familiar how?
Has anything happened to him?
Yes.
Of course. I've not yet introduced myself.
No, you have not.
My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite. I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof.
That's true.
However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other.
I don't know if I trust them or not.
I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance. I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
How can we trust you, though?
Yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive...
That is a lot of big words.
We had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades. Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject. His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience.
Megatron is just sitting there.
That is the realm of science fiction. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing.
And she is Cash. Cash? Cass.
Did you say she?
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself. Pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be.
I don't know if I can trust
If
him,
any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Of course. Ask away. The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support ROM. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak.
Because you're a rich
It
dude.
monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable.
Where does it administer it, though?
I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once. My appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside.
What's us?
I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did. What do I want?
Yeah, what do you want?
It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe. I can think of a few ways.
Other than money?
I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can. What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the Human Revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted.
Yep, and now we're here.
And now we're here.
Oh my
injured
god.
and losing our trail with each passing second.
That was perfect timing. I did not know that was going to happen at all.
We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
It has.
I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes?
Yeah, but
It's
I
up
don't
to us to seize opportunity when it
us,
appears.
Just the two of us, not you.
I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful. You said you found Human Revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls? I am acquaintances with the man leading
Why
the
was there
current Human
hesitation?
Revolution protests at the Genus Clinic.
Why was there hesitation there? You're hiding something.
His name is Brian Mulberry. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. No, not in this lifetime. Even if I so desired, I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the Human Revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive, and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman.
I still don't trust you.
After all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced
Hello, person
technology
watching. You're probably
that
gonna
goes
leave,
into
but
this
hi.
chair.
Listen to my soothing voice. Or you don't. Alright, let's just...
Of course. Please,
Because we don't
not
trust
let
him.
me
I don't
delay
trust
you
him.
any further.
He hesitated, and he's
Good luck,
creepy
Turing.
looking.
I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Yeah, but I don't trust you. Let's leave.
Thank you,
Let's
Dr.
leave.
Fairlight. We'll be in touch.
No, we won't. Please, let's not be.
Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
Cass? Yes, please. Let's get the hell out of here.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my god, she's angry.
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago, but this time it's truly unreal.
I know you're angry, but I did it for the sake of Hayden.
Do you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is?
You're gonna
It's
put
a
us in
felony,
prison?
jackass. I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now.
Detective Rivers, wait! I'm sorry.
It was all his idea. It was Turin's
The
idea.
plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine.
Yes, it was.
Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law.
I don't think she cares.
Oh, great. The robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance.
Oh good, you're gonna go to
Beyond
bed.
his day-to-day research for Parallax. My name is Turing.
Turn.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that.
Or we don't tell them.
Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink.
Yep.
What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you?
Leave us alone and don't bring us to jail.
I guess I'm letting you off the hook.
Yes.
This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But mostly because I think you're right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right?
Yes.
Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up.
Okay, but he didn't
Obviously,
show
you
up.
and I know there's a bigger story. But when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
Yep.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all.
Look, it's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence. Enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yep.
Yeah, so stop messing around.
Cass.
There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it.
Okay.
I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't going to happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are going to end up dead over this.
Oh, good
Don't want
lord.
you to be one of them, buddy.
Buddy. Oh, is she blushing?
And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please. Yeah, I know. Just here.
Ooh, we got a zapper.
Take this. Use it if you have to.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol.
A
It
pistol.
uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety.
Nice.
This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in Neo SF without a license.
Oh, sweet.
The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target. You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it.
Yes, ma'am.
Me either.
Oh, she's blushing.
I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing.
Yes, ma'am.
Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe.
We will.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere.
Okay.
We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around. Look, they have a HASI machine.
It's a HASI machine. If you want a HASI, you have to pay using Lips Pay linked to your ID card. You pick a crystal HASI and drink it. Oh, it's a drink. You feel recovered.
Very good. Isn't HASI the best?
Yes. You're reminded of your much less healthy plant at home. A cute little cleaner rom scrubbing the floors. That's like the iRobot thing we have. You pat the tiny ROM on the head, it bleeps cheerfully. This ROM isn't made for conversation, it just warbles at you. Sitting around and waiting in a hospital is no one's favorite pastime. I'm waiting here for my husband. A play card for sign-in instructions. A young man stands alone in a casual pose. Not much that's tangible there, except that hair.
Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Leon Decker.
Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed.
No problem.
The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts. Yeah, boss said you'd have a few for me. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but take your best shot.
Okay.
Oh, mostly gopher work, to be honest. Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't care that I was an army brat. North Korea made that hard. The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy at most of the charity galas.
Sounds fun.
Not terribly exciting, but I've already had enough excitement to last me another 30 years. You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining?
No.
You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. I'm sure he told you about when he was the head of some big companies.
Yeah.
He was cold, ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get in his way. I think once he aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life can be. Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's still doing something.
I still don't trust him, though.
But hey, what do I know? I just spend all my time with him. Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana, on a family farm. I didn't have my pa's farm hands, so I joined the military as soon as I could, like my grandpaps. Came home looking to do something a whole lot quieter for the rest of my life. I didn't know at the time how boring quiet could be. But hey, I'll take it over getting shot at.
Thank you, Leon.
No problem.
Guess.
I'll be around, if you know where to look.
Well, the
You have a
hospital's
good day
one.
now.
Thanks, you too. Oh, he's gone. Can we look at the couch? Comfy and frequently sanitized.
No time to rest anymore, sleepyhead. We have our mission. Let's get to it. Full steam ahead.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna save here. Because I'm done for now. Alright, this was part 2. Part 3 and part 4 will be tomorrow. And I guess we'll see you then. Later, peeps. Bye.